odd number of you guys. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of reflection on how we're doing in our pieces. And so I will write a few questions on the board. Take a few minutes to answer them just in your sketchbook. And the point of this, guys, is just to make sure you are on track to finish your 3 mini pieces by Friday. So the questions are, I'll write them down, but I will also speak them verbally. The questions are, how are you doing on your 3 pieces? Like what have you done? Have you completed 1 piece? Have you created 3 services? Do you just have thumbnails but haven't started anything? Are you done completely? I don't think anyone is. But that would make the second question quite awkward, because the second one is, what must you do to finish all of your work by Friday? So less of an art question and an aesthetic question and more of a time management question. This is kind of keeping you on track of when will you work, what time will you work, how long will you work, what do you need to work on? So maybe having a goal of, I will finish this piece tomorrow, I'll finish the next piece the next day. And not just that, but going into more detail about what you need to do. So take 5 minutes to answer those 2 questions. What have you done? What are you done with? And what must you do to finish by Friday? To finish. Sorry. Oh, to start, yeah. You said that.
Are we filming over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we going to hand in the answers to those questions?
Is it for you? They can even be on your sketchbook spread if you want them to.
What are the requirements for the actual pieces like the service?
Yes.
So service building and multimedia. So
But the surface building can include media as well. So that can go into it. So for instance, if you wanted to do digital painting, you're creating a surface with like 1 or 2 media, like paint or collage materials or mixed media, and then transferring that to being digital and then painting, you're done. Does that make sense?
yeah.
I don't know if that's the direction, but it's an example of how you can make it.
Can we start?
Start? Did you already answer? You have a whole minute.
No. Chewing. I need to work. Ha ha ha. No, that's not an answer to the question. What steps must you take? That requires more than one thing.
What medium we use to coat the paper for the
I think that was gesso. Interestingly, we don't know where the gesso is right now.
Oh yeah, we lost it.
I was very perturbed. I wasn't sure if someone took it or, and I didn't think that you had taken it, but we were just like, where is it? But if you have taken it, that's actually good news, Sarah.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well,
If you did, okay, so happy because
So you do have gouache. Yay! The gouache is back.
Wash you.
Okay, guys, one more minute. If you haven't answered the questions, please answer them.
Okay.
Willie? We have one person done. Another person done.
Washing.
French.
I don't know. I don't know what language gouache is. It also has more vowels than consonants.
Yeah. Guap, it's one syllable.
It has all of the vowels except for I in it. Oh, that's what you.
All right, so guys, we're going to have Sarah join Juan and Sarah Lee's table, and Ashley and Eugen, you can meet together. What I'd like you guys to do is show each other your sketchbooks and answer the second question to each other, and also ask your partner or the group that you are sharing with what they think of your direction and if they have any advice guided by the principles of design. So is there unity is a very important question for a series of 3 pieces, for instance. So make sure that there is unity within these 3 pieces, but also think about the other principles: emphasis, pattern, balance, proportion, movement, variety, and contrast. So think about how you can encourage the people you are talking to make sure that those are in place, especially unity, because it is a series, but also diversity. So you can join. And we're going to spend 5 minutes, so that means about a minute each for you guys, 2.5 minutes for you guys, to talk about these things. Quickly, yes. Is it right outside the door? No, I'll just watch you. So, begin, Sarah Lee.
Okay, so my vision for this piece was to, at first I thought about
I know, and so
a
I
treasure,
did,
but then I
and
thought
I
about
know,
but then I thought how many
maps and like,
so I
also like
scenario.
there's
So I
this
thought
is like
about
a
scenarios where
video story thing, it was like drawn.
misplaced, and one of them was like giving it to the wrong person. The other one was like that person treating your feelings wrongly, like
And so
putting
it's
it in
like all
trash,
like kind of like
or
the idea of
walking
like,
all
how
over
it's
it.
like a whole, like how
This
like,
is
I don't know,
my,
like misplaced
this is my
treasures,
vision of how
like,
it's
cause like, they're not where they're supposed to be, like their parents. And so it's idea like, trying to find their home and like the childhood of like the stories. And so I have this sketch of this one that I've already drawn, and I have this sketch of this one. So I don't have a sketch of this one, but I did it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do surface. I'm gonna put this is me experimenting with like different putting together this wall. And so I'm really like what happened like here, so I might like try doing that. And then I really like this idea because it's like I didn't do it like this is like still like kind of like a map. Kind of like the story. So I'm like trying to do like
Just
that
kept
planning
planning.
thing.
So you know how I told you like I want to create pictures from like one big picture in the end. So you know like this
And so
guy
I'm
is
really
searching
just
and then like
I think
like
I might.
you see over
I think I
the
might
thing will be
do.
across all 3 pictures.
Alright, and switch if you have not already.
That could be.
No, wait. So how I want to do like misplaced treasure, but like I want to like when the treasure is like a person, right? But the person doesn't want to be found. And I feel like each series when you're like on finding a treasure, like going on the journey to find a treasure, and like the treasure itself like at the end.
That's
That's all I know.
It's for college.
Yeah.
I love like, I think the way that I feel like you use on this a lot in your sketchbook.
Really like that might be this. That idea, are you gonna do like
Also like,
background would be written for all three of them? I think.
so
But for this, it's kind of like a line.
Honestly, I just want somebody else to enjoy where we're all like, hey, just enjoy it, you can do it.
Do you know how much
It's like you
it
do
takes
like
me to draw something like this, even a sketch? Do you know, I don't have the ideas. I'm like, I should draw something cool, but then it never turns
Do we
out.
have to be open
Only
to the room?
yeah, yours is that.
No, like animate
So
it.
that like, okay, and then like have like
30 more seconds.
Sarah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Like, your
I like this
ability
one.
to
Like,
feel
and then like, is this like
express.
a wall? Oh, two of this.
Yeah, there was 3 walls.
So
I like
the
them.
3 pieces would be like this one.
Kind of looks like this.
She's like, one of these. Or I just want like,
I still, I'm like, watch.
I think, so my idea plan was that I was gonna
Yeah,
have
I'm
this one
thinking
be,
of like,
it's gonna be like this. But I might end up doing this.
straight bolt.
Because I was thinking I probably could do this, like for these two, like I can do the newspaper stuff here.
yeah.
And then here, like, but like for this one, I want it, like I would do on the outside. But because like then what would I do with keyboard? I might do the skinny key. And then these ones would be pencil.
But is this like
No, it's a check, it was a check. So I don't know. It's the picture is what it is. It's this.
they're showing their head.
All right, guys. Come to a good stopping point.
And this one's hiding behind like.
So I see in each of your sketchbooks so much depth of research, which I really, really am excited about. Thank you for working on these. Thank you for planning well. That's really important for actually executing quickly, which we need to do because they are due on Friday. I will share your sketchbook assignment for next Tuesday at the very end of class. And I would encourage you actually, interestingly, hold off on doing it until the weekend. Just focus on your pieces. If you weren't going to do that already, please do that. And maybe don't even think about it until the weekend. So I'm not going to have any homework that renders it necessary for you to choose something or do anything before Friday. I just want you to work on these pieces. So today, the rest of it until 3:05 is going to be just work time. And I will be here until 4:15, 4:30 as usual, today, tomorrow, and Thursday for you guys to be able to work. I'll be looking around at your guys' work, answering any questions, and might be probing you guys for more information as well. So that is all. Any questions for the whole class? All right. Go to your stations, and you have a little over 30 minutes to just work. Yes. I think maybe you should mount it on one of those non-textured boards. Yes, definitely. So that's what, for instance, Sarah did when she painted in tempera, and it really helped. She just like mounted it on like a
But
wooden
even
board.
if it's secure, you wanna like.
That's the thing, yeah, it keeps it from bending more. And Sarah, did you do the taping on the back, or did you just use gesso on the back? We really need to find the gesso. Where are you? They're behind my husband.
Anything but money. Ask for you too. No. What?
I need reference for your,
Okay.
I'll take your,
Oh, nice.
take a
Alright.
picture of your hands.
Sounds good.
No, it's gonna be this side.
I'm not gonna do that right now.
Oh, I'm gonna keep staring.
Okay, awesome.
I have back pay. People wanna like Photoshop.
Ladies, also, what we have to do is try to find that gesso.
Do we have the masking tape? Do we ever find that?
Masking tape?
Yeah.
No, someone stole it from this art room.
Oh.
People take things all the time.
This does work as gesso, it's just not proper gesso.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just matted gesso.
It's
It's not real tape. That would work though. Because it's gentle but strong. That is for a stage. I don't know what's going here.
this one or because I'll show you this. Or
Yeah, I would use that one. Because it's easier on paper.
oh my gosh!
Oh, June, this would work as well.
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
Need this, but it's
Oh.
whatever you think is best.
It reminds me of your thing last year. You had lots of treasure chests.
Oh, that's amazing. It's a ring box. It's a ring. It's like the decorated button and
Don't be so
abandoned.
You say, what happened to you? Who did this?
Missed treasure.
Misplaced. Alright, so guys, instead of gesso, this can work. It's just not proper gesso. So if you're in a pickle and need it right now, I would say just use that, but I'll continue to be looking for it. Ooh, it does it. Cool.
Yeah, so when I experimented,
Oh, I like that
I was
one.
guessing with different
Oh, you can put it here.
that is something like.
It did look
When I was
different.
young, yes, but like now I'm an adult and you don't do that.
Almost adult.
Yeah.
Years later, adult.
Oh gosh. Oh
Me after
gosh.
school.
Yeah.
Go to Cataquay, get some more gesso. I do have gesso at my house.
I like maybe 17, but I'm also like excited to be
I
because
also
like now I'm
like wondered
older.
if it does just work to like.
Nope, it's the same.
Well, you can, but I don't. Well,
Yeah, if I want like.
my mom,
That
did I tell you about
would
what
also
my mom
work
said
with a
the
matte
other
gel,
day?
but only if you weren't painting over it, which you might.
I was like, Mom,
Oh man, okay.
She's like, yeah, this
Cool.
lady asked if you
Um,
have a.
oh yeah.
Because the materials are lacking, what can you do before we have
You're
gesso?
younger than you.
I was like, oh, well, I was gonna sketch, oh, but I'm not sure I
Like,
want to sketch.
Mom, I'm almost 18. I'm not 16.
It is
Like no wonder.
like,
Cool.
it's not thoroughly opaque, but if you do multiple layers, it will be.
Right,
So,
also erasing.
I'm like, I get insulted when people
Okay, well, I will continue on the journey of finding the gesso.
Like, draw something.
Sorry?
It might not even be necessary except for the collaging part.
Yeah.
Like if I want collaging and paint over it.
There's like something about
Yeah.
it.
Do you have all your materials for the collage at this moment?
They're always 17. They're always 16.
Because I wonder if you
like,
wanted to lightly
like the
glue
ones
things
for
down,
like 15 and 16,
and then
I can't really
when you
do.
have
So
gesso, you
always
can just
the
like,
ones that were 17, I can.
that might be
Then I
best.
realized.
Even if you have to kind of take it apart, just so you know everything. That might be a good thing to do.
No, we don't.
Thanks, that's a good idea.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that we have to think of Plan B. I wonder.
Is there any size reference I could use for A5?
A5? Yes.
Is it like, is this a It's 50
Actually-
centimeters to 22.
Yeah, so it's half of an A4 piece of paper.
Not me.
Yes. So if you want to, yeah, it's about this size.
And so if I want to, so like,
You could do that. Like if you wanted to do a square, that'd be totally fine.
okay.
Yeah, just like
Kind of.
as long as it's smaller than A4 and about as big as A5. That's.
We don't have music.
How big?
Oh my goodness! I have Christmas music and I'm not playing it. I was so despairing about the lack of gesso.
Wait. This is a heart. This is a
brain?
Wait, brain is this much?
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
All right.
That's so
Ooh, I'll put a series on the board.
small for the brain.
A series?
A series.
But it makes sense.
Serious.
Because if it's bigger than that,
Sirius Black.
Yeah,
Serious
but my hands
black.
are too small. No, this can't be my brain size.
I think maybe not. But like, because some of
Might
them have like
be a
really small.
serious black. Okay. Your hand
I
is
say
long.
Fred's Life though.
Friends what?
Fred's Life.
You mean Frederick?
No.
Where is Frederick?
Frederick is downstairs being painted for a school play.
What? What?
There was like a bust of a man, he's like bald.
But you guys love like.
And I was like, I saw him, his apron and his hat on this table.
He's
I was
a
like,
victim.
I was like, why did he leave? But it was just that they had taken him down to be painted for a set. I'm like, that's fine.
She came into the thing and she's like, Ashley, where's Frederick? I'm like, I love that you just thought I was Frederick.
It's because he's your class's master.
Not again!
Especially a few of you guys are particularly fond of Frederick.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we had to strip.
I just saw, I was like, did the rapture happen? Not for me. Because like this is like this apron.
because he looks so beautiful, but we're like,
He was even wearing a necklace. Just like stripped and everything. It's okay though. It's for art.
It's for art.
No?
well, I'm gonna say if I say. The reason why I'm not saying is because my tablet died. Wait, your tablet died?
Why?
Because it's
Nope.
out of battery.
No. Oh. That's what you're calling it?
Yeah.
You know that. That looks tricky. It's not
You wait. Now you can go through.
Mine's gonna take a long time.
You can go.
Think about the size of yours. Maybe a little bit bigger.
You're the one that you can read.
Because I want to stay. So you shouldn't buy it. Necessarily don't. I'm also sorry. I've done this.
You're keeping the test. Wait, what?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
I was doing it yesterday.
But
Is it?
yeah, it's like brand new. I used it like 5 times.
Wait, how much?
Yeah. So basically, it doesn't show again. Like the reason why I stopped using it was because for my new Mac.
Is that a waffle?
Yeah.
I have the same one I'm checking.
For my new Mac, it can't plug in without an adapter. And so you don't have to plug into a PC, but you just use it and then your computer's here.
Okay.
Draw and
If we get it done,
It's super. You have to just have to download the program.
Hi, Matt.
It's really
What do you
fun.
get?
okay?
Yeah, you download it and then they'll like, so
Well, we got
like what it is.
But if you're
We're
interested,
in the same
I will, I haven't decided how much.
Is that A4?
But it would be like
exactly
a new price because it's used. So,
All of this, all C. We need to come up with the price.
like every 5 years I try to get a new big camera. But I don't know, technology's like moving so fast. So what? But I'm saving up for a bigger iPad and an Apple Pencil.
What?
Oh my god, because I really like the one that I Pro. Yeah. But I mean, like, really, yeah, but I really, because I want to do more digital painting for like professional. I like the weapon but
But it's different, like doing it and then seeing it on there, you know?
versus like being like a pressure,
And then like tilting it around.
I mean, I think it's really fun, but I think I'm just more of a physical artist. And just, I'm not technically like really close, but I just don't know if it's like for me. I did it in college, in Great Prep for college. They have those in college.
Colleges are stupid.
Sometimes.
They don't accept Apple and or clones.
I think it just depends on.
Are you kidding me?
You know,
That's
it
what
just
my
depends.
they said. I said, so are they lazy also? They usually always start with traditional.
Why were
they? They were. Can I drop one? That's why I didn't take any
Yeah.
this year.
I think
Why don't you tell me?
either way, because if you want to go into digital realms,
I might.
that's the thing, is that then the weapon palette is like the thing that they use professionally. They usually don't use it.
Yeah,
It's because, so it's like,
And also they have a door.
like covering.
isn't that so crazy?
That's so cool.
I know, it's really,
That's really
yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Are you creating service artist?
Well, like not over it, but like I'm
There's only one thing I thought of.
like this is because this is all I'm making like
Oh, from digital?
Oh, so like,
So,
so
like-
like part of the image,
yeah, it's just like for all of them.
this.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I do that too.
Oh, sorry. I already was thinking of this, is why you showing me maybe I did say right, but I don't know, there used to be a song that it thinks that means
Thank you.
really do, like, even if it is makeup, like, accurate shading, like trying to make it look round, trying to make it look like, if this was the physical world, this is realistic. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
shading, so don't think that you have to be hyper realistic all the time, but it should be believable. Like, if this was the real realm, it's believable. So that's the challenge for you going into this.
Like, is it too loud? You know how to stop it and we'll do the video just in case. Sorry. Well, they say you're stopping this year.
So, we will go by then. We will go by today. So we'll have it.
Yes.
You know, we don't get to run the office very much. And we can do that. But for now, we can at least place things where it should be. Unrelatedly, this is an iPad Pro, right? Oh, no? They are.
I'm sure you can fit it.
You did one for iPad.
What?
Where's Generation 6?
iPad?
Or like 10. There's no 10. Oh.
I think there's 16, yeah.
I
That's
think
the
it's
latest.
It's like that's right before iPad. So it's support for Apple Pen, but it's also
Wicked expensive.
yeah. It's
But
a
you
little-
recommend it.
It's still expensive, but
Well, of course it's Apple. It's fine.
like it's a little smaller.
It's a little too
It's
small.
a little bit too small to like actually drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, sometime you would like to like graduate to the iPad Pro.
Oh, so people are not that savvy. Some have three. One person has 3 iPads. I know
What?
who. I know who.
Can I have one of
I know. Like, when you're done with it,
Like one for Netflix, one for
what?
crazy.
Yes.
Seriously? 3.
Makes me sad.
Good. Well, if anyone knows of
I need
someone who
one.
needs an iPad mini, I just have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me too.
iPad mini.
But don't buy it. You can't use the Apple.
Thought so.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else would do that?
I had to wait for
Who's
one
that?
so that
Or we're just like,
supported.
I was so sad when I found out that like mine was like
Right there.
the one lower. That it like if I got one more,
Yeah.
it would have supported it.
That's fine.
Are you not gonna paint those, are you? So you can use some of the matte material when you if you want to like glue things on in a more like mesh like matte kind of fashion.
I use, I have almond
Okay, yeah.
and like,
Like, so it had like,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
cards and like, so like,
Okay, so how are you going to finish on Friday?
okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the pieces separately and then cut them.
Glue them on the black paper. Okay, yes.
But the odds are gonna be very small. I can work out the one that is exaggerate down.
Yeah.
One nice.
I don't have to do this all over again. It's gonna be smaller.
Okay, yes. That's only the one, which one is that one? The hand?
The hand, because
Look at this, this is like,
So it's kind of like collage.
oh, so good.
Yes.
No, that's what I'm gonna
This
do.
one could be like one here, and then the hand is like on there.
yeah, but
I'm not doing
you know,
that.
the hand and then
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, it's just so cool and I want to do that, but I don't have the ability to.
ah.
I don't have the time.
Okay, that's
Cool.
Like I can't do it.
Make sure
It's what I
that
have.
you somehow make it look
I
how you
can
do
really
it.
like make it
So it doesn't look just like,
if I'm gonna do
like
anything.
it's somehow looks.
Simplicity of the human.
So that might be like pasting them and then doing something in the background that's like connecting all of the pieces together. Does that make sense?
Okay, I just wasted.
Somehow
I
like
wasted
making it
paper.
like
This is the only paper that I'm
Does that
allowed.
make sense? Like doing something that like
Because I have to
reaches these
be.
two, like some sort of drawing in the back.
So I can't waste paper. You could, so the paper, you know how much you use it, I'm not allowed to because I need to take things into the.
Oh, yeah.
Love
This
it.
one by one.
Stressful.
Oh, I like that.
Fun.
Yes. She just something like this to connect Asian color.
I would think carefully about color before doing that. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to art class. Sounds great. Yay! Do I close out too? Great.
And now the police thing in Austin.
Oh yeah, I started my homework class yesterday.
And Hannah does want to be alone.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And then,
No, you can tell your homework tomorrow.
no, I told my husband.
But there's two.
There's three homework.
I'm excited for us to do
Were you making Secret Santa?
our classes. And we're gonna put our presents under the Christmas tree, and then on the pajama day we're gonna open them.
Oh my god.
If one of you gets me, can you draw me something?
Wait. You're Secret Santa?
That's stressful. I know. They're like,
No, it's not.
It's a piece in it.
This is not something.
I'm not creating it. I'll be hanging it on my wall.
I'll give it to you after. Just
Like 5 months later.
after we finish school, and it's after APR.
Like after this.
No, after this class is over.
After everything is over. Oh.
I remember what you
Me? The Beatles. How do you not know it?
I didn't know what it was for the longest time. I was just like, it's a Christmas song that I always hear every year.
It's actually good.
Isn't it fun?
I didn't even play it.
Actually good.
It's actually, it was
Always good.
It's like obviously.
The Beatles are always good. My favorite is the Beach Boys Christmas album. Oh my word. Because the Beach Boys did a lot of like layering of sounds. So there's just like a lot of
Really like
fun.
layering.
I love layering in art and music.
I'll make it perfectly. No.
Oh. I was like, why is it so sad?
This band is very like somber though. It's an early 2000s band.
Oh.
It's the
Why
best
are
kind
they
of
so
band.
sad in the early 2000s?
I don't know. But it was my middle school year, so I knew why I was sad.
Why is middle school so
Middle school's awful.
It's awkward.
Because we're dramatic. You adjust and make everything a big deal.
The fact that you would never get away from school.
There's just a lot. It's like the Middle Ages of your life. When you felt like you were on top of the world, like the ancient Greeks, and then you were like, nope. And then you're trying to build yourself back up again and try to discover
in
like
high school?
you can. It's just like this.
And then you're a senior, you're like, I finally made it.
And then you become a freshman in college.
Starting all over again.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Everything's a mess.
That actually happens about every 2 to 3 years, for the record.
Start all over
No.
again. Some other place.
Sometimes every few months.
Yeah.
Every few months? Yeah. It's more about like being human and just being like,
Society.
Yes. We should get away from system. But that's not possible because society is everywhere.
we need people to survive though.
That is pretty deep.
That's kind of true though. Humans have been all over Earth.
That's
True. You know what I wonder? Like, you know the river stories about like cats being in like forests or something? I'm like, how do humans not know you guys exist or not?
Cats?
Yeah, cats.
Cats? What's cats?
Like when group of wolves.
Oh, the packs.
Packs.
Okay. It's like packs. Yeah. Yeah. Like,
And then I'm like, you guys are already destroyed. You die.
About 2 more minutes before I
Oh.
have to introduce another sketchbook assignment to you. I get to.
When you say service building, can it be like after like this, like instead of making service building and putting on top, like putting on the service building? Is that okay too?
Yeah.
I think that's easier.
Yeah, that is okay. Okay guys, please, come to a good stopping point in the next minute or so. You don't have to like clean up, but if you have to leave right after school, you might want to, but this will only take a few minutes. Your next sketchbook assignment is at 9 or 10, I don't even remember at this point, so many. It is kind of going back to the basics, but I kind of want you to begin thinking about your sustained study and certain things you might want to be focusing on. What things you find interesting, what objects, what things in life you find interesting. But this is also mainly an observation assignment. So the sketchbook assignment is called object study and choosing one object. And so this week, choose an object to explore in color, shape, figuration, etc. The spread, the spread should be filled. The sentence was not completed. But the spread should be filled and the spread should be a physical piece. Create a spread describing this word, examining the things that reflect it. You must build surfaces and use at least 3 different media. It must be physical. Draw the object at least 8 times. So make sure that you do that. And then at least 2 studies should be in color. So you don't need to do all of them in color, but do at least 2 in color. Yes?
This is describing a word or an object?
So I think there's a typo in there.
This is examining objects that people design from like the word.
Yeah, I don't think that.
The word of the object.
The word is the object. The object is the word. That sentence doesn't make sense. Let's take it out. Build surfaces. Use at least 3 different media. Must be a physical spread. Draw the object at least 8 times. And at least 2 studies should be in color.
Hopefully we can cover that.
So, but I'd encourage you guys, choose an object you really do love. Like, it could be as simple as a strawberry, as complex as a rocking chair, as sentimental as the toy that you had when you were born, or as inconsequential as a chai glass that you will never see again. But just try to find something that you love for some reason. It might not be like an emotional kind of love, but something you find interesting, important in its own right. Here's just a few examples. So, it's just some examples that I found. This is a dead bird. Yes. I hope that none of you just find a dead bird. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful example of study. And you notice that I really like when people do this, when they do at least one big study and then smaller studies. And I encourage you guys to also maybe explore, like, if it's a chai glass, like part of the chai glass. Maybe the spilled chai on the table, the corner of it, the side. Do a big study of the whole thing. Draw a blind contour of it. So just explore the object on this spread. So this person is exploring multiple objects. So in that way, it's not the best example because I want you to use only one object and explore only that object. But I like this example because of the surface building that's going on. So just the different layers of brown paper, white paper, cream paper that's going on, and the amount of collaging that's happening. So just a few good examples. This one I like because there's so much media going on and diversity in the media. And this one I like to imagine that this person has done these 2 studies that are probably photographs in color. If they had done that themselves, this would be an excellent example. So no example is perfect, but I'd like you to pull from these some inspiration. But draw the object at least 8 times. Not every time has to be an in-depth study. Does that make sense? So don't spend 8 hours like studying one of these objects in one study. But at least 2 should be in color. Multiple media as usual. Create surfaces in some way. And enjoy. You do not have to choose your object by Friday. I'm just wanting you guys to spend some time on the piece. But that is the sketchbook assignment. Does anyone have any questions about this sketchbook assignment? Pretty straightforward, hopefully. The desire is to really dive deep into some observation before going into something perhaps a little more abstract, being the sustained study. Again, I will be here till 4:15, 4:30. You may stay if you would like to. And I'm here to process your pieces with you because they are due on Friday.
Yes, they are.
So, and if you need to borrow materials from the art room, please let me know. I have a running list of sign-out sheet. So if you need to get paint, borrow oil pastels, anything like that, please let me know. And you may take them, but you will last them.